Why, hello there, everybody, and welcome back to Dicing with Death. Roy is setting out to find, and hopefully fight, Bad Bradley Bronson, the meanest bandit this side of the mountains.
At least that's what
That's the rumors say.
it's what you heard on the street. How would you know if the rumors are true? There's never any survivors.
Well, someone had to start it. A grain of truth in everything. Why can't this be the grain of truth?
All right. Yeah. Still thinking about the coffee juice. I'd never heard anyone call it coffee juice before.
I haven't ever called it coffee juice before. It was,
Well, it's a new thing.
you're taken with that notion.
It's technically a fruit, isn't it?
It's a bean,
It's bean.
right?
That's a seed of fruit.
Okay. So it's kind of a juice.
Yeah, I always thought coffee water, but
Coffee juice
Maybe
is
milk.
so much more interesting.
all right. Well, I've already got the creepy music started. Sorry for bringing us out of immersion.
It's all right. I think Roy has coffee juice for breakfast.
He does.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not even the cowboy coffee filtered with your teeth. You can get the real stuff in the lobby of Whiston Hall
Mm-hmm.
as you get ready in the morning.
And I Head out.
Saddle up Winchester.
and I think if Winchester has all these new supplies, grains, 14 days worth of rations, some water skins, that's going to be adding like, if each day's rations is 2 pounds, that sounds ish, right? That's 28
Yeah.
pounds of food, 12 pounds of water, and then horse feed.
10 pounds a day.
Right. So I think I'll just be walking the horse.
Let's see. 10, 70 pounds. How much would an extra, let's say, as if we say it's 100 pounds of shit, where would that put you in the encumbrance range for the horse?
If I don't ride, the horse is unencumbered. If the horse and if I am riding the horse would be heavily encumbered.
Okay.
So I'll just walk.
Using poor Winchester as a pack mule.
Mm-hmm.
And you set off
Yeah.
into the desert.
But I think this will only help draw out Bad Bradley Bronson.
Okay,
a person riding a
better
horse might
target.
be formidable, but a person walking a horse laden with a lot of supplies, well, that might just attract him. Maybe. Just maybe. I get directions to Figueroa.
From who?
From whoever's on the gate.
Yeah. All right. You go out the same gate you came in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They tell you to circle the town, and you can follow the wagon trail northeast.
I give him an appropriate nod and head out. Circle the town, find the road, the trail, the path, whatever you're going to call it. Confirm with the gate guard that this is the correct direction, and set out in that way.
Didn't you or do you mean the gate guard on the other side of town?
Yeah, I presume that the trail leads from a gate.
Yeah. So there's a gate on the other side of town.
Right, so I confirm that this here trail leads to Figueroa.
Yeah.
Okay. And then I set out.
Alrighty. The sun's rising. You can see it outlining the crags of the mountains, some dozens of miles to the east.
Ah, look at those mountains. They're beautiful.
I'm a true artiste. Ooh. see what we have here.
I have a bit of a question for you. So
Sure.
far, this has been a fairly standard real world thing, right? We saw some weird ants that covered a person. There haven't been any signs of like ogres or goblins. Are those known creatures to exist, or are there just tales of them?
I think there's just tales of them. That's what I'm actually just having that existential crisis.
Oh, okay.
The random encounter table I was using just rolled up a Pegasus, which you were definitely not encountering. So now I need to get reroll or find another table. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I think to your knowledge, these things are the stuff of legends, ghost stories, and
That's
tall
the
tales.
feeling I was getting. Or the getting that I was feeling.
But D&D tends to break down when you get rid of all the supernatural stuff. I think. I don't know. What kind of... Do you want, like, orc cowboys? Seems a little ridiculous, but...
I'm pretty happy with the way things have been going so far, but I like a little twist and turn in my world. Yeah. So, tell me nothing, and I'll react to everything.
Yeah.
Make it a surprise.
Encounter something when I figure out what it is. Roll initiative to see who tips their hat first.
Hold on, I might not be tipping a hat. Who is this?
Yeah.
Is it an orc cowboy?
I'm
tipping my hat to no orcs.
Entertain us for a second while I conjure this guy up.
Hi, chat. Hi, viewers on YouTube. I hope you've been enjoying the Roy storyline so far. I've been finding it a welcome relief from the standard D&D stuff we've been doing. Cowboy theme has always been something I kind of thought would be cool, but I didn't know how to do, so luckily we're having Ryan do it, and I just get to play along. I'm pretty pleased with it. I think Roy is one of my favorite characters on Dicing with Death. Something to the simplicity of it that speaks to me. Having characters where the world's a little bit slower paced, and so you can go into more detail. Maybe a little sparser population, so the folks of River's End really do need to rely on this stranger from out of town to get back these bodies, and that sort of white-hatted adventuring is a nice welcome break from the darkness of Dicing with Death, which is also quite a lot of fun too.
Yeah.
I've been pretty pleased with Roy's story so far, and I really hope he doesn't die. So I'm a little worried about fighting bad Bradley Bronson.
Well, you're surprised, and you take 10 damage, and game over. Time for the next... No, just kidding. All right, let's get back into immersion. Do you want to describe how you're traveling, or shall I?
So I'm walking on the side of my horse. Yeah, I will keep the horse on the sun side of me to give me at least a little bit of shade. I'll keep my brown hat on, and I'll just kind of walk along this road.
Yeah, it's not so much a road. There are wagon ruts, but it's not particularly well-traveled. I guess a little more well-traveled than the road you took down, but so you can follow it, but it's, yeah. You sense maybe a slight grade. You're going a little bit uphill gradually, but it's up and down. There's hills.
And there's mountains in the distance, right?
Yes, there's mountains in the distance, and the sun is just sort of rising over. You can only really, you almost can't tell they're there once the sun is up. But when it was just rising, you could see sort of crinkles on the horizon, indicating the mountain range. Call it a desert, but it's more like I don't know. It's like a high desert, so it's dry, it's arid, but there's shrubberies and no real trees, and yeah. So you're walking your horse, and roll a perception check.
All right. 12.
Nada.
Probably looking down at the road in front of me, trying to make sure I'm following it, keeping the sun out of my eyes. Well, I guess I got the hat for that.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm on the wrong side of the horse, and the horse's neck is blocking my view. I don't know what it is, but...
So the usual surprise is 1 to 2?
1, 2, and 3 on a D10.
1, 2, and 3.
Mm-hmm. But it cuts both ways. Both sides can be surprised.
Yeah, and both sides are surprised. So I don't know where you're staring. You're staring at your feet?
Mm-hmm. Probably.
Yeah. You're staring at your feet.
Maybe fiddling with my crossbow, like blowing some dust out, shaking up. It needs like a little sanding right here.
Yeah, and you catch yourself as you almost step on something gross, like you jump as if you're about to step in shit, although it happens to be a corpse.
What the hell?
And you hear a yap as some creature is startled by your presence as well. And you look up to see a pair of beady eyes on a fur-covered quadruped. It's almost like a cat or a dog. Roll for initiative.
All right, I go for my whip immediately. Oh, wait, we're doing fast, medium, slow, right?
Yes.
So my whip is slow. So I go for my whip. God, I need a better weapon if we're doing this system. I go for my whip because I'm specialized with it, and it's my go-to baby.
Yeah, let's. Come on, Regal Goblins. Let me roll up.
And I go at 5 in the slow phase.
In the slow phase. Where the fuck is the size? I don't even have. I think it's a medium-sized creature, so it does go first. But all right. Would you describe yourself as threatening?
Absolutely. I'm rolling out my whip, and I'm going to start.
Yeah. So the creature, it leaps back and gets to its feet, and growls, and begins to circle, stepping back from the corpse, which you now recognize as an alpaca. And from the smell of it, it's been dead for at least a few days. Brings back memories of your alpaca farm.
Mom and Papa always did like the feel of alpaca fur on their clothes. This cat dog circles you from the other side of the corpse, and eyes you warily. Your initiative turn ticks about. Okay, my whip unfurled. I crack it towards the beady-eyed quadrupedal fur creature. Do I recognize this as a dog, a wolf? Is it shaggy?
Do you have any? It is kind of shaggy. Do you have any sort of animal recognition?
I have animal handling and horseback riding, but that's it.
You roll an animal handling at -4.
Okay. D20 plus 13. No, plus 9 minus 4. No, 18.
Nah, it doesn't look like any dog you've ever seen. Maybe more cat-like, but yeah, you don't recognize the creature. So you go for your whip, and in response, it leaps into action with a readied attack. But I think it's got to be in response to your attack. So I guess you can get your roll first, but it's jumping at you.
18.
All right, you can go ahead and roll your damage.
Four damage with the whip.
Ooh.
And it is of note that it says the sting of a whip might drive back wild creatures in the combat and tactics.
I feel like if it had a ready attack, it's still going to go through with it.
Oh yeah, totally. But just as a, it's a painful thing. Sting of the lash may force normal animals, to retreat at the DM's discretion.
Okay. So the creature collides with you. You whip it midair, but it still sinks its teeth into you for 4 points of damage as well.
4 points of damage?
4 points of damage. It's got a nasty
Jesus.
bite. The whip cuts deep. How do you 4 damage with the whip? Nice.
Dungeons and Dragons, man. Specialization.
Yeah, the creature was already within whip range. It was like 10 feet away or so. Right, so it bites you, but sort of yips, and we don't need to roll for initiative. Actually, roll a animal handling to keep your horse from spooking.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, with your offhand, you sort of tug on the reins and keep Winchester at heel.
Mm-hmm.
On the next initiative, the beast actually turns and flees.
Okay. I let it flee.
An opportunity attack if you would like.
It's a natural animal. I'll let it flee. There's no point in killing it, just driving it back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You're bleeding profusely from your collarbone where its jaws sunk in.
I stop and bandage my wounds with... I have no bandages. So... I shred part of the horse blanket with my knife and do my best to patch up my wound to stop the bleeding. 1 out of 5 HP. Not looking very good.
You have 5 HP.
Max.
Yikes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you're only a couple hours from town. Not too late to turn around.
I look back in the direction of town, weigh my sack with 17 copper and the gemstone, think to myself, well, I sure as hell can't fight bad Bradley Bronson like this. If I go back to town, I'll be pretty broke. I also can't show my face back there after having talked up a whole lot last night. But the ranger was just headed to River's End yesterday, so maybe I'll turn northward, head up to River's End, get my 25 gold, heal up, and then head back to the road next in a few days. Maybe there's a doctor in River's End that can patch me up a little faster.
All right, so you cut north off the road.
Mm-hmm. Angry, pissed at myself for attacking a wild creature when looked like I could probably just yelled at it and scared it off. Hell, I've got animal handling. I should have been able to just... Stupid Roy was jump into combat. Gotta walk around with my crossbow loaded now. Kicking myself for being an idiot. I head back to River's End.
All right, you turn north off the beaten path. Roll another perception check.
Boy, getting yourself into too much trouble here. Mom always said you were gonna bite off more than you could chew one day. She was right. 27.
Yeah. Oh. Okay. This time, you do spot the threat before.
Oh, shit.
Um, all right. So as you're sort of heading downhill, trekking through a gully, and you see some unnatural movement, some scurrying at the base of the gully.
I stop Winchester, unfurl my whip, and kind of lay it across the back of the horse so I can get an easy axe. No, it's fine on my hip. What am I doing? No. And load my crossbow quietly. Kind of like get the horse between me and the threat, level the crossbow over the back of the horse. Wait a couple of seconds. If I don't hear anything in those couple of seconds, I'll yell out, "Who goes there? Show yourself at once!"
The desert returns naught but silence.
Is there a lot of foliage around here?
No. There's a few some brush around, and there's some debris scattered at the floor of the gully.
So where was the unnatural movement?
In the floor amongst the debris. Are you?
I'm wary.
Yeah.
I am very wary.
I tend to wait for my players to ask for more detailed descriptions.
So
just
there's kind of
where they're
movement on
looking
the
or what they're
floor of the gully?
Mm-hmm.
Like a snake movement? Like a small creature?
It seems more unnatural than that.
Is there a specific spot that I saw? Is it still moving?
Yeah, amongst the debris. Yeah, you occasionally you'll see some movement as your eyes adjust. I mean, if you're looking down into the gully, you see a large insect scurrying amongst the debris.
How big of an insect?
A couple feet in diameter.
What the hell? What is going on down here? I think to myself.
It's a couple 100 feet off and amongst the debris.
A couple 100 feet?
Yeah, about 300 feet down the hill.
Okay. Am I on the top of the hill and it is down in the gully?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right, it's pretty far away from me, so I'll kind of, lower my crossbow and try and take a closer look to see what I can see.
Yeah. You see. After 20 seconds or so, it sort of pulls its little beady head out from above the debris, and you see a large claw, maybe almost a foot in length. Sort of grab, looks like a stick, maybe a bone.
I'm gonna take a shot at it.
Sit up and gnaws on it.
300 feet is medium range for me, but I'm gonna take a shot. D20 minus 2, actually. Ooh, 7.
Your bolt lands harmlessly in the desert, or in the sand, the dirt.
Okay.
And the creature sort of turns to attention. Noticed.
I start notching another bolt. I got a lot of them, so I can fire for a while here.
Mm-hmm.
I notch another bolt, and on the next round, I'll take another shot.
The creature sort of stands upright, and you notice at the end of its body is a long curved tail with a stinger on the end.
So it's like a big scorpion.
Yeah.
Have I ever seen a scorpion this big? A 2-foot scorpion sounds pretty huge to me.
It does, yeah.
I'm fairly uncomfortable by this, but I'm going to take a shot at it and maybe bring it home with me to River's End to get some people's opinion on this creature.
Roll a save versus death.
Or Winchester.
Can I have you auto kill 2 of your characters in a row? You shoot yourself in the foot and you die, just like your last character. No, your crossbow jams, and the bolt gets stuck at an angle in the crossbow.
God damn it, piece of shit! You gotta, yank the bolt out, toss it down the canyon uselessly.
You can't even get the bolt out of the crossbow.
Okay.
At least in this round.
All right. Well, I will try to get the crossbow out next round.
Yeah.
And while I keep
the next round, you see the creatures scurrying up the hill towards you.
Nope! Out of here! Come on, horsey! Come on, Winchester! And I kind of run alongside the horse, pulling it. I'm GTFOing.
All right. You're able to outrun the creature, especially as it sort of scurries its way up the hill.
Okay, good.
Your crossbow is useless until further notice. You don't have any sort of crossbowing proficiency or any fletchery skill.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. I mean, in general, we say that crossbows can be used without proficiency or anything, but I'm saying if it's jammed, you're going to have to, maybe with some sort of check or with some time spent fussing with it, you can get it unjammed.
Sure, but I want to get to River's End as quickly as possible.
Yeah, so if you want to stop and take a break and see if you can fix it, that may be an option, but...
No, I just want to get to River's End ASAP so I can rest up. I don't want to be caught out here wounded, like fiddling with a broken weapon when something else comes along.
Yeah. Alrighty.
To River's End we go.
Okay.
Winchester by my side. Trying not to eat my rations since I've got all these super expensive supplies that I bought for this journey, and now I'm, taking a detour. And
I think just how tasty that scorpion might have been.
I curse my crossbow again. And wish I had made a character with a archery proficiency. Longbows can't jam. Short bows can't jam.
All right. Roll a perception check.
"17. Utter failure.
Yeah. I think you notice it, though, as you ride past it. First tree you've ever seen. The first tree you've ever seen.
Right.
There's a large, dead tree sort of off the side of the path you're riding in.
I'll go and take a look at the tree.
Yeah, it's leafless. Looks like it's been dead for a long time. Gnarled gray branches reach towards the sky. And as you pull up closer, you notice something odd about the tree. You spot something shimmering in it. You notice it's the hilt of a blade. jammed into the trunk. And you look and you spot another, and there's probably about a dozen knives stabbed into the trunk of this tree.
I go around the tree looking for any sort of markings.
Roll some sort of check. I guess perception, if that's what you want to go with.
Well, sure as hell isn't going to be intelligence.
Could be.
Nope, 18.
No unusual looking markings aside from all the knives.
There's nothing in the branches, right?
Nope. Maybe a blade or two.
I look at the base of the tree where it connects to the ground.
There are roots reaching into the dry soil, dry earth. Yes, Tros. It might say "I Heart Jessica" on it. Unfortunately, Roy can't read.
I don't know what to do with this, so I leave it.
Okay. You don't want to take a blade with you?
I already have a knife on me. And I guess I don't inspect the blades too carefully, but I would expect if they've just been sitting out in this tree for a while, they're probably not in the best of condition. I mean, I know it's dry out here, but got to be some moisture in the air and sandstorms and who knows what.
All right. You continue north, eventually spotting the familiar hills. Which way do you... Actually, I mean, at some point you bumble into the crude path that heads north towards River's End.
I take that path then.
It curves around from this way, the left side of the hills.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it goes around that side of the hills.
Yeah. And by late afternoon, actually, probably the sun is setting by the time you pull into River's End because you've been walking.
Mm-hmm. All right. I pull into River's End, and I head straight to the bunkhouse to unload all of my gear and tie up my horse. Then I head to the sheriff's station to go talk to Wesley. Although if it's evening, maybe I actually go to the watering hole to find the deputy. You know, if its sun is setting, I'm sure he's probably left his station by now. So I'll start in the watering hole looking for him.
All right. Horse deposited at the bunkhouse. You walk across the street to the watering hole.
Mm-hmm.
Step inside. See the usual assortment of characters, but no deputy in sight.
I ask around if anyone's seen the deputy.
Likely still at the sheriff's office.
I give him a nod.
Whoa, your video just went all weird. Is that on your end or my end?
Whoa, no, that is on my end.
You split it in two on mine. That's bizarre. Open, then you're gone.
There we go.
And then you're back.
That's funky. Anyway, I head back to the sheriff's station then. Or across to the sheriff's station.
All right. You don't wait around long enough to get any more information and immediately head right back out the door.
Yeah, no, I got a plan. I got a mission.
Okay.
I'm going to head back there anyway for the evening, so I'll get that information later.
Mm-hmm.
But I head to the sheriff's station.
All right. Yep. You open the door. You see a light flickering from inside.
I just open the door and step on in.
All right. And inside you see two men, the deputy, as well as a man in a green hat, salt and pepper beard that you think you recognize from a few days ago.
Absolutely. I give the man in the green hat like a nod and a hat tip, and I turn to
they're both drinking from blue metal mugs. And
speckled with white?
Yeah.
I know those camping mugs.
Yeah. They give a nod, and the deputy says, "Ah!" He sort of stands up. Roy, welcome back.
You must be, the ranger, I say to the man in green.
He nods coolly, and the deputy says, "Oh yeah, this is damn it, I had a name. This is. It's definitely not Rick.
Tim?
No.
Jim?
No.
Morty? Rickshaw?
Ranger Rickshaw? No.
Your rickety dickety?
I had it. Alright. Whatever. This here's Sebastian.
I again nod and tip my hat to Sebastian. Morning, officer, or evening, officer. You here to promote old Wesley here to sheriff?
It's already done.
And
Sebastian with a husky voice. What was his name?
Sebastian?
No, not Sebastian.
Wesley?
Wesley. Wesley proudly sports the silver star on his right lapel.
Well then, looks like I got here just in time to collect my 25 gold.
The ranger says, "Oh, so you're the one that brought in Horatio."
I am. I'm setting out, or I was setting out to go find Bradley Bronson till some strange animal, big, shaggy quadruped, attacked me in the wilds. Figured I'd better come into town, have a doctor take a look at it before I go and find Bronson.
Yeah, you're looking mighty pale. Well, thank you for your fine work bringing down this outlaw. And after that fat fuck for quite a while.
You wouldn't happen to know where I could find Furious Tate, do you? The scarred man from the wanted posters outside?
If I knew, I'd already have him.
Yeah. Where was the last place he was seen? Or rumored to have been seen?
About 5 weeks back, hit a caravan with Bradley Bronson.
We're working together, huh?
Known associates, yeah. Sorry, Aldudorino. Horatio is supposed to be the one with the Mexican accent. Neil killed him.
Oh.
Maybe we'll find another.
Roy growls to himself. His confidence is heavily shaken in his ability to round up Bronson.
Especially considering you couldn't even hand yourself against a cat.
Yeah.
Well, I suppose you'll be wanting that bounty.
Absolutely.
Pulls counts gold from a coin purse at his side. What'd you say your name was?
Roy.
Roy. Well, good work, Roy. He pays you out your 25 gold.
Are you, in town to deal with Missy Calhoun as well?
That's the plan. Investigate anyway.
There a bounty on her as well?
Yep. Still is.
What's it sitting at?
Do you remember what it was before?
50.
50? Well, it ain't been officially raised yet, but considering she killed the sheriff, I expect the governor will be hiking that up.
Well, I can lead you to where she is. I know Wesley here is duties in town now that he's sheriff. If you need someone to walk you out there, I'm more than happy to take you.
He narrows his eyes at you suspiciously. Roll a charisma check. Maybe I should just roll a reaction adjust.
1 of 7.
27. Fair enough. I could use the backup. Wesley here says she's up in the hills, the old mine.
Yeah. But she and her men are... well... they're tough sons of bitches. Took out a whole posse.
Whole posse, you say?
Mm-hmm.
Well, we'll at least do some recon tomorrow. I'd appreciate the lead.
I nod. And then I head off to go find... oh no, before I head off, I turn to Wesley and ask him if there is a doctor in town, a surgeon or a barber, preferably in that order.
I was just about to say there's a barber.
Right. I ask for directions to where I might find him this hour of the day.
You can call on him at his house, I suppose.
You mind pointing me the way?
Yeah, it's just above his shop. It's the down the road. There's a pole out front, red and white. Can't miss it. Just across the street from the brothel.
Thank you. And I head out to the red and white pole and knock on the pole.
No immediate response. The bottom floor is dark, but you can see a light on upstairs.
Look for a small pebble and toss it out a window.
You hear some grumbling upstairs, and the window opens. Man sticks his head out. He's got a double chin and a handlebar mustache.
Oi!
Sits down. Who the hell are you?
Paying customer?
It's dark. All right. I'll be right down.
Alright.
Some thumping from inside, and maybe 5 minutes later, the light turns on. Another minute, the door opens.
I ask for a shave, a haircut, and a stitching up of my collar. Roy's been getting a little shaggy.
Have a seat.
Alright. I sit down, enjoy my hot shave. It is a hot shave, hopefully. Hot.
How do they get a hot shave back then?
They have to like boil water, I guess.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a cold shave in the night.
Yeah, I think you get a cold shave. Unless you show your coin beforehand.
No.
I don't think you think to do.
No.
You get a cold, silent shave, a quick stitching. I tells you, that'll be 12 silver.
I hand him 2 gold pieces.
Let me get you your change. And, yeah.
Okay.
Change and sends you on your way. Barbers should be a feature of D&D towns. It's probably a better way to do healing, huh?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right, then I go back to the watering hole.
Mm-hmm.
No, I got this 23 gold in my pocket. Roy heads across the street to Madame Buxom's.
Down the road.
Across the street.
Down
You
the
said
road.
the barber was across the street from
Oh
Madame
yeah,
Buxton's.
sorry, I thought you went back to the watering hole. Yep, across the street. Red light is on downstairs.
I step in and look for a woman, a madam.
Yeah, there is a small saloon hall on the bottom floor. The wait staff is all women in floofy dresses. There's a few other patrons. Would you like to role play this out, or shall we draw a curtain there?
I think Roy he's here with a singular mind. He knows that he might not be living too much longer. And the only pleasures that you have in life are the ones that you make for yourself or find for yourself. And since he can't find anything, he'll just pay his way.
All right, let's just subtract a gold.
Okay.
Yeah. You may be able to find rumors or that sort of thing around this place and for future reference, but I think for tonight we'll just sort of fade to black.
Yeah, for tonight, Roy's not here for
Fade to
me.
red.
For tonight, he's here to find a little comfort in a world that might be ending his life. Then I guess the next day.
I'm not sure whether the neighing of horses and the clucking of chickens is appropriate for this night, or in any case, next morning.
Nope, that wasn't going to be a good comment. Shut up.
You wake up in the silk sheets of Madame Buxom's, or in your own private shack.
I mean, if I paid for a gold, I probably spent the night there.
Yeah, I think you paid for both. Or I guess
Yeah.
paid for your horse across the street.
Yeah.
All right. Your companion, actually, she's probably up and gone by the time you wake up in the morning. No, yeah, I don't know how this business works.
I don't know.
Anyways, you're out on the street early in the morning,
Okay.
fetching your horse,
Yeah.
finding your ranger. Con checks? Do we still want to do con checks?
I mean, it's your campaign. Do as you please. But I'm not trying to impress anyone here.
Nah, this isn't misclicks. We'll save the hotness rolls and the
Yeah.
I don't know.
There's not a lasting relationship here, so doesn't matter. I'm sure these girls are clean enough. So I pack up my horse. I will leave all the extra rations and horse feed at the sheriff's station.
Okay.
I'm headed out with the ranger. Then I'll lead him to the mine. I guess when we're getting ready to head out, I will give Wesley kind of almost a pitying look. You know, like I'm riding out to show the ranger where this mine is because Wesley's got to stay back. You know, like you might be sheriff, but you're still just a boy, and I got to take care of your work for you, sort of look.
Roll a charisma check to convey this with a look.
Well, it's not so much to convey it to him; it's just fleshing out my character's personality. 23.
Okay. He looks kind of ashamed. You gained 2 HP last night. Actually, was your fight yesterday? Your fight was yesterday. So you will gain 2 HP at the end of today, right?
Yeah. Assuming I don't die.
Yeah, you're going out with 1 HP to show this guy the bandit's hideaway.
So while we ride, I've got some questions for Sebastian here.
Yeah, go ahead.
Are you Might I ask what your plan is with Missy Calhoun?
My plan?
You here to bring her in yourself, or you here
If I
to?
can. My bet is she's already gone. But let's check out this mine and see what we can find.
Well, she's got at least 5 men with her. I'm sure Wesley's told you all about it. He spends the most time with them.
Yeah, he did. Even had some names.
Are you, I know the rangers around these parts are no shy to violence, but you think you're up to handling 6 men on your own?
Well, I've faced worse odds, but I'd rather tilt them a little more in my favor. As I said, I don't expect Missy's still around. From the sound of it, word's gotten through that I'm in town, so
You think she's got someone in town to tell her what's going on?
he shrugs. Roll a perception check.
Ugh. Ugh. All the perception checks.
Yeah. As you guys are trudging uphill, the ranger stops, takes a look at the ground, pauses, you pull a little bit ahead, and then he, assuming you don't do anything, after a minute, he picks up the pace and catches up with you.
Yeah, I wait for him, and when he catches up, I go, well, you see anything?
Thought I did.
Front. You want that I should ride ahead and see if she's there? She and I have I don't want to quite call it a rapport, but we've done business together, as I'm sure Wesley's told you. I could let you know if she's there, or maybe give you something so you're not walking into an ambush. But I can't promise to join you for rounding her up. I'm not quite ready to throw my life away yet.
Nah. No need for you to ride ahead. In fact, if you just want to point me up the trail, you can head back to town.
I point him up the trail once we get close enough. But I'm going to follow after him, maybe like 200 yards, 300 yards. I want to follow a nice, good, healthy distance, but I want to see what's going on. I want to see if I can play witness to this occurrence, even if I don't participate.
Sure. You expecting another massacre?
I kind of am.
Another suicidal lawman?
Yep.
Which path do you take him up?
I take him up the main road, because last time we came up the back road, there were people prepped on the back road for us. So with my brown hat, I take him up the main road and kind of travel alongside him.
Yeah. All right. You ride right up to the entrance to the mine shaft. Did we have that as a map? I think we might have. Drew a little drawn somewhere. Maybe. In any case, you find a... do you approach with any sort of caution?
I'm following from like 200, 300 yards.
right, so you see him crest the hill at the top of at the end of the path.
I will keep going even after he crests and is gone from my view.
Mm-hmm.
And I will keep my ears peeled for sounds of chaos or combat or anything else.
Not but silence. So you were coming from up this main path.
Right.
This weird little thing is the clearing, and there's an entrance to the mine shaft up there. So you wait at the base. Where do you wait?
I don't wait. I will go all the way up to the clearing, but from like 300 yards behind him, that should give him a few minutes to get there first. So
Yeah.
if people see me coming on the scene, I'm not showing up beside him for the encounter. I'm kind of showing up afterwards and hanging back at the edge of the clearing.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, anyways, you arrive to the top of the hill, the entrance to the mine, 2 minutes after the ranger, and you see an empty clearing. In the center, there are the ashes of a campfire. Smells lived in up here, but there's no sign of anyone. The wagon is gone. The ranger is dismounted, and he's sort of walking around, inspecting the scene.
Mm-hmm.
There's a pile with a couple of bodies off in a corner. At this point, mostly desiccated bones. Corpse of a horse. Pile of refuse and shit in one corner.
Looks like they're all gone.
Figured as much. He glances to the mine shaft as if he's not sure whether to investigate. He says, well, guess I better have a look down there and see what the deal is.
I'll watch your horse, make sure no one takes it or doesn't run off. Get attacked by a mountain lion or a giant scorpion.
He nods. All right, then. He lights up a lantern and enters the mine shaft alone.
Roy will hang around the outside for a little while. I guess until he comes back out or until something...
How long are you willing to wait?
He'll wait out an hour.
Okay.
That should be more than enough. I mean, if he's not back in an hour, something is wrong.
Yeah. All right. Why don't we head to our final break, and we'll resolve this on the other side.
See you guys soon. Bye-bye.